In the heart of tradition, where flavors intertwine nourishing, house stands tall, a culinary shrine.
Hello my beautiful friends. Thank you guys, thank you for all your wishes. I'm happy. It's not just about birthday wish, and at the same time I want to say happy new month to you all. And for those who are Christian, Catholic for say, today is also All Saints. May the saints also intercede on our behalf for all our good heart desires. So, like we earlier mentioned, my name is Anthony Onovo and
Olive Ladus.
so we mentioned that today we'll be going live to talk more in details about student admission. Student admission, because our earlier video we posted on YouTube, on our YouTube we mentioned about the details of getting student visa. But today we want to go in details about, first of all, to secure student admission first. And she's very good in this, so I also give her the floor to go in details, while also we checking people who join online to see some questions, and at the same time we'll say answer some few questions some people asked me earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. And please help me to wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday, babe.
Yeah, thank you.
And we are really happy for what God made for us so far, and keep him alive. Of course, it's worth to say thank you to God. So, going to the admission. People, you who like to travel and of course study, this one is about people who want to enhance themselves, their skills and knowledge they have learned in bachelor, or even if you have another master's, you can still of course learn more. So this time around, most of people have a myth or misunderstanding that Belgium doesn't speak English, and of course, where are we? We are in Belgium. And this is Nigerian typical. Anyway, for me, I'm from Rwanda. We know French, we know English, but still we are here. And some people think that Belgium only speak French. No, but Belgium is how can I say complicated? It's not complicated.
No.
Maybe
3 languages.
sophisticated. I don't know, something like that. They have 3 languages, but still they offer studies in English. So people, you who really looking into for the visa, but you can come also through studying, of course, to enhance your knowledge and also explore. As we always say, whenever you explore, you nourish your mind and your well-being is improved, and of course thrive. So of course, for the admission, there's some stuff that you need to have. Yeah, I can say, for example, like people who are in Rwanda, they show their bachelor degree. And in Nigeria, you guys, you have different, like I heard you say like a B honor, something like that. And
Yeah,
please
you
explain.
have HND and BSc holders.
Yeah, which means actually. HND means
HND is just a kind of a skills acquisition of degree.
like when you have a polytechnic.
Yes,
Oh,
polytechnic.
okay. Also, we have that one. It's just that we don't call HND. You guys, everything is abbreviated. Okay, so of course, when you apply in Belgium, there are 2 different schools. There are government schools and of course private school. Private school, they can have a lot of intakes.
Yeah.
So, but this time around is the time of government school that they have opened the link where you can apply, and of course start in the year 2025-2026. It means that most of the time the academic year starts from September. So now people are already studying, but for people who want to study for the next year, of course, it's open now. So it is your chance now to apply or to gather all the documents that are required to, of course, apply. So what are in general required? Of course, you need to have your degree. So whenever you go to university, for example, I'm giving an example first as a master's degree. If you have finished your bachelor degree or polytechnics, but we said the difference between those two. Let me start with the bachelor degree. First your degree, and then motivation letter. Of course, you need to, even if you have a different degree with what you want to now master in, you always have to explain and also show the, how can I say, the
reason why you want to.
The reason why, and also the link between what you have studied and what you are going to study, and also the interest. Yes, and the impact, of course, like what you are going to use it, like what motivates you. You know how to make them feel like, yeah, this person really deserves it. That's the motivation letter. And of course, reference letter. Reference letter, you say, like, for example, from your previous professors or from the university, or someone who, like, for us, we used to call the head
registrar.
Yeah, registrar or head of the faculty department. HOD. Yes, HOD. Yeah. So those people, if you know any person or someone who had already know how you learned, they can of course write a kind of reference letter or recommendation letter. So most of the university require 2 recommendation letter. And then of course you need to also, some of the university ask the certificate of English. But I know most of the Nigerian countries, they are English speaking.
Yeah, but at the same time, they also ask us to also use IELTS or TOEFL.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah, so it depends on the course also.
Yeah, of course it depends on the university. And for example, the university we went on, of course we went on the Hasselt University, they always ask English proficiency. And English proficiency, you can get it also at your university, just to specify, or like a kind of certificate to specify that you have learned all your bachelor years in English, which means that this person really doesn't have any problem with English. Yes. So that is something else. So what? How many things did I say already? I said the degree.
You mentioned the certificate, the reference letter.
The reference letter, motivation letter, and now English proficiency. So those are the first main things that are really required. And sometimes, for example, they can ask for transcripts just to compare your academic, curriculum. Yeah, your academic curriculum, compare it to Belgian ones to see, like, okay, are you going to take a preparation course or not, depending on what you studied.
Let me help you. On the transcript of the transcript also, you need to also emphasize on that, because it's very important. Because that's also a reason where they want to see your academic performances. And not just that, they can also get that certified, because we are talking about the requirement. Not just getting those requirements from university, it's also need to certify the photocopy, because sometimes we will refer people to go to the website of school and know the main thing they want. Like someone who asks, what should I do when I get a transcript? You can send it directly to the school through postmail or get a digital format. So as long as it has the we call it barcode, that it can be digitally verified that it's original, then it's okay, you can submit that.
And also, for example, like when we were applying, sometimes there is what we call a pre-registration. A pre-registration, for example, you first scan your documents and send it online. For example, it's of course a photocopy or a scanned one. And then if the time to send the hard copies, because all the time they like you to send the hard copies, and of course they need to understand that these hard copies are original. Of course, you are not going to send the original one, so the only way to do that is, for example, to go to the notaries. How did I say it in Dutch? Sorry.
But it's also good. You can go to court.
Yes.
Or even your institution, education board. Yeah?
To notify that this document is from the original. Then it's stamped, it is shown, and then you send it, of course, through UPS, DHL, like just to the address of the school. So that time, and then your document will be full. But I want also to make something that is two things that is very important. For example, when you are applying for scholarship, try to be on time, and the time for scholarship, always the deadline is in February. So when you apply later than February, it means you will be admitting that you have to pay for yourself. And
let's not also forget, the scholarship doesn't apply to all countries.
Yes, Nigerians are rich.
Yeah, no, because they are consider Nigeria among the rich countries, not just the developing countries. So they are also part of other West African countries that are not included, like Cameroon. But I think some few people can still be verified because there are two types of scholarship programs.
Yes. So, and also something I want to mention here: whenever you are applying, make sure that you are your degree is in at least on the second division upper class. Yes. So most of the time for us in my country, we count if you have at least 70%. So I don't know how you count it.
Yeah, we call it second class upper.
Okay. Yeah. So for us, we have the division, but also you have the marks, and so that you can understand, even if you are 69.9, you are in the lower. So, and then that time you are not eligible. But imagine that you have that, for example, 69 and something, and you write a very convincing motivation letter, and then, for example, you have been working for years and you have experience, and then maybe you get also a recommendation letter from your work. It means that this person, even though she or he had this kind of marks, but we want him to improve and something. So they might consider it as a plus, because they say okay, this person wants to improve and go back and improve their situation. So this is something that they might consider. And also, for example, for people who did polytechnics, is also in the same way. Because most of the time they consider people who did bachelor, and for example, if you also did the polytechnics and you have experience, you have been doing things, but you want to improve, and those things, of course, motivation letter and recommendation letter matters a lot. You have to be really waiting more. And then that time they give you a chance to come and improve your skills, because they understand that this person wants to improve themselves and go back to also improve and develop their countries. So I think that is in general what is needed. Oh, something. And of course you need to upload your ID.
Yeah, of course. That's what I want to say. It's very important. I think for us we call it our Nigerian passport. So it's an official document you must always use to open your online application platform whenever you're applying.
Yeah, for us in my country, you can upload your ID once, for example, you don't have the passport yet, and then, and of course, when you will be eligible and get the admission, you get the passport and get the visa and so on. But at least they need to see something that they know that it is official.
Yeah, now that reminds me to the question someone asked before. That once they go to the website, they find out that most of the language is not in English. So, like we said, you need to study and know that when you want to open any website and it's not in English, there is always an option of you to translate that page to English or to any language of your choice.
And also, of course, even if it's a country that is not an English speaking, they always offer one small box almost to the menu, like to change the language. So you can still change the language, and of course, if they don't even have, you can, for example, imagine if you want to go to study in China and everything is in Chinese. How do you do? And if you really want it, how do you make it? You can translate it to English. Just do the right click, go down, scroll down, and go to translate it to English.
So that's also one important. Then another person asks also a question: is there any age limit to applying for the masters?
That one, I don't think with the admission they really consider that. Most of the time they consider on the visa, where they start asking you, are you really going to study or not? But of course, whenever you have written your motivation letter, you always have the idea how you can answer that, because that motivation letter speaks a lot, and also it shows that it's not just about the age. It shows that, because normally they say like there's no age to study. Every time we
also
study,
there's also some course too that also limit some age factors too.
So
just always read the course program description. It's very important. Don't just read it, study the details of their requirements. Whenever you are not confused, you can now feel free to ask questions. The school website is always there. You will see their contact person that you must ask when they send an email if you want to get further advice. So always explore the website and ask questions wherever you deem it possible.
Yeah, and something I want to add is that, you know, in Africa sometimes we want someone to do everything for us and we don't know what is going on. But here now, since Corona started, they have shown that anyone can even teach themselves. So you need to, in my country we have a saying that remove your hands from your pocket. It means like you need to throw away all that laziness and really go into it. Say like, okay, this time I want to really search if I want to achieve.
This is also very important why we are making this online. I said before, education abroad is not for someone who is lazy, to be honest, because it's not just about getting the admission. What comes after you have gained the admission? Because the moment you arrive here, some say, hey, can I work and study? That's also another thing you have to call, because people are really interested to make money while studying. Yes, you can, but remember that your working hours is being limited as a student. So that being said, you don't need to be lazy. You need to be up and doing. Time factor is very important for something you have to work here when you are studying as a student. You need to know your timing for your lecture. Always check your notification on your Blackboard, because now, through the introduction of e-learning, a lot of things are being taught even on your Blackboard. Like it's a platform of getting notification about the program that you need to do. So these are the challenges that you have to face, and these are things you have to deem yourself fit that now I'm ready to go to extra mile, because it's not just coming to a Belgium. Belgium gives you the opportunity if you meet all the requirements.
Yes, and you mentioned something that like, of course, the hours to work is limited. But also you should remember that what made you to come in Belgium is what? Study. So if you prefer like, let me just first make money, the next year you cannot, for example, renew, because they see that what brought you didn't do it. For example, you failed, and then say like there is no a way to how can I say it, to redeem you, because everything is like you didn't do anything. How come you came to study but you didn't even succeed? Is it okay? Are
What's
you okay?
the credit you need? Because there's a particular credit unit you need to reach before you can renew your student permit.
Yes, anyway, before they were saying it is 30 credits at least. Yeah. But nowadays every year it changes, so you need to pay attention, at least succeed and also improve yourself, of course, by working. So any questions you have, and then we continue further. Anyway,
No stress about someone who doesn't want to come to masters but want to start as a bachelor.
Yes. So there are some also people who want to come and study as bachelor degree. That one is a bit difficult, but doesn't mean that there is no any university that can, of course, accept. Because here we have 3 languages. There is Dutch and French and German, small German. But most of schools, they have Dutch and French. So if you are from any French-speaking country,
it's
of course, it's really an advantage. Dutch is very few people I know in Africa, unless if you are from South Africa, they know Dutch. Yes, but there are some schools that also still have some course. It's not like the entire school teach bachelor in English, but some courses are offered in English. For example, there's like a school in under KU Leuven, like Catholic University. It is called Odyssey. It is in Brussels, and they offer like the management in English. So, and most of the time people really like to study management.
And they offer many courses.
And also like I think computer science.
Computer science, psychology too. No.
So, and of course we can still go on and maybe search for some other university that offer bachelor degree.
Odyssey, you mentioned?
Yeah, Odyssey is the one I mentioned it. Let me check. Wait for me.
Thank you guys. I'm seeing some people commenting and wishing me happy birthday. Like I said before we started, I thank you guys and I appreciate all the wish and all your support. That's why we are here. We are all nourishing and we want to grow together. And I pray that this new month, whatever that might be our heart desire, God will grant it for us. Amen.
Okay, I see also, for example, here there is a university called UC Leuven. UC Leuven also offer, for example, international business management and marketing, applied computer science, and business management in marketing. Also, international communication and media short program.
Nice.
Yeah, and another one.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes, applied computer science in artificial intelligence. That's bachelor, full time on campus. So it's really very nice, huh? Global citizenship and development. And another one is in West University of Applied Science. And there is another one, KU Leuven. There's KU Leuven. This is a big university, of course, and it offers European studies. That's a program for 3 years. Another one is people who are religious theology and religion studies. That's also in KU Leuven if you want to study for bachelor and for 3 years. And there is another that is called VUB, is Vrije University Brussels. It's like of course the university Flanders part, and also it offers multilingual linguistic and literary studies. That's a bachelor too. Yes. Anyway, there is really a lot. If you want, you can still go to Google and, of course, just write English program in Belgium. like a bachelor or master's, and then you will see all the things, and then depending on what you have studied or what you want to improve on.
Yeah,
you
even
can
after
go
this,
and study.
we can also detail the video later and upload some schools that offer these bachelor's programs and some like for master's program.
Yeah.
We will do that and also upload it later for you guys to watch. But at the same time, I encourage whoever that say he wants to be a student to raise the broader effort of surfing the internet.
Yes.
You need to get information in order to transform yourself to the next stage. That's why you say acquiring of education. You need to get this knowledge because that knowledge you gain is your way power to transform yourself to a better life.
Yes.
So, that being said, there is also another question that not even on this online. Earlier on, someone asked about like if you are coming to Belgium, what are the issue about sponsorship? But today's,
anyway, we can talk about it a little bit because I think also when we did a video, you can watch it on YouTube, the video that was talking about student visa, where for example you need a block account or sponsorship.
Yeah.
So before, what can we call sponsorship anyway, or what? Sometimes they call it a guarantor, like someone who takes charge of you.
Yeah.
So in case of like you don't have money to do a block account, it means that the living allowance, like how are you going to live, how are you going to pay the rent, like what are you going to eat, because in this city, not even city, like just Europe, it's really like you need to have that, if not you are doomed. So they need to make sure that you are not going to lose anything or to be hungry or not have shelter. No, they need to make sure that you will be healthy and of course study well. So that's why they put a program of block account, but block account, of course, now it has reached to between 12,000 and 13,000 euros. And that one putting up aside, if you have anyone, before it was like if you have anyone who can take charge of you, they can apply, of course, by showing their account statement at least for 6 months. So to see that is it their wage or salary can take care of you, and of course their own family. So first it means when they submit, they check, like they really check, is this person maybe renting, is this person not renting, maybe paying tax, and after that what about their children, the wife, all those things. After that, okay, the rest of left, the amount, what left, can take care of this person, yes or no? And then if yes, of course, you are allowed to come here freely, just paying your flight and then paying your tuition fee if you didn't get the scholarship, and then you are good to go. But now they have changed laws. It means that you need to have at least a person who is in Europe, European Union, not just on the Europe continent, European Union, like what we can say Schengen, no?
Schengen, yeah.
Yes. And then that person has to be a direct relative. Of course, whenever you enter in Belgium, they know your father, your mother, and then they see like, okay, are you brothers? Is it your mother? Is it at least your uncle? Like the names, like they really track relation. It has to be direct. So that's how now sponsorship are. So if you have any relative in Europe, like Germany, France, Italy, that person can be your sponsor, and then you are okay. Because most of the time they put it in Europe because they know that most of the people receive the real amount of salary per month, and they know how they can track that, so they know that it is safe.
An advice, whoever that is going to, even if the person doesn't reside in Europe, but it's your direct relative in your home country, it can be your sponsor. Not having money in the account is the sponsor. is someone who actually pays tax. That's very important because they check not just that they see a big amount in the account of the person, no, they check the tax. If the person is everything is in order. So I will not say that I know that this guy, this man is a big man, he's a rich man, he can be my sponsor. No, he might end up not getting your student visa. So, and another one again, the second one, which is the ultimate, and once you have that one, it saves you the stress of going through the process of verification or not, is block account.
Yes.
Where you pay that certain full amount into the school account and they are sure that, but there is a good thing about it. Every month you receive
your own
money back. I think 900 and something was before, but now I think it's up to 1,000 plus. So they have to give you 1,000 euros back every month for you to take care of yourself and your upkeep.
And what is good is that, for example, whenever you come and, for example, let's say, okay, now I know that I will study next year. Let me try to gather that money and save it and make a block account. And then after that, when you come here and every month, of course, they are giving you money. If you want, of course, you can save the money because sometimes you don't use all that. Africans, I know we know how to save very well. But for them, there are some stuff that they consider, but while for us, it doesn't really matter. And if you save very well, and of course, if you work your student hours, and then of course save, you can still have another block account for the next year. So which shows that you are not always depending on people back home or like to always request money to block.
Then another question was, is the application fee free?
So there are some universities that doesn't require the application fee. For example, this Hasselt University, you really apply nothing. You just submit your stuff and wait and see how it goes. And then once you are accepted, you will pay the registration fee that is fixed. But there are some other university that, like the big university, Catholic University of Leuven, that require, and for example, there are so many other ones that require the application fee. It is, most of them here in Belgium is 75 euros.
And it's also affordable.
Yes, and it is really affordable compared to, for example, I cannot say like going USA or UK or Netherlands because their fee is always high. Belgium is really great. So
education,
yeah, also great as long as you, of course, you have studied in Europe. You can fly everywhere. So don't let anyone start scam you or tell you like it is 300, 500. My dear, you guys, you also have to take a look by yourselves. Don't be lazy. Just try to Google, and Google gave you everything. Nowadays there's even AI.
AI also is there, and like I said, you don't need the people who say the visa, the record, those people who have to secure.
Yeah, like agents.
You don't need an agent to secure admission if you are applying here in Belgium. That's my true advice.
Yes.
You can do this on your own. Just get your phone, your laptop, keep browsing and keep studying the information on the school website. Check all the necessary courses if you know your background, what you are studying in school. Bounce them on the internet and check the requirements. If you merit it, apply. And don't be scared about learning the language. You can gain the admission and defer the admission to do the study course maybe for 6 months. A lot of people after 6 months of learning the French or Dutch improve and they learn how to speak.
I will be giving you a lot of information on that. Depending, anyway, if you have a question, ask us.
You can ask any question of your choice that where you feel confused. We are here to answer and respond to that. That's the essence of this life. And also use the opportunity to thank every one of you who has wished me and us and be supporting us all this while.
Yes.
Thank you. And all the new people who have been joining, I don't know the words to use to express my sincere gratitude that I'm very happy and we are very grateful the way you people have made us know that what we are doing here is to impart society at large. And with the way you guys has been turning up and motivating us, giving us some tips and advice on how to move forward, we promise you we'll take it to a more better height. Thank you all for joining, and as we're expecting more questions, if there is no, we can just end this section for today.
Thank you very much, and welcome on board for those who are new. Happy birthday.
Yeah. So
Thank you
once again, and then I think that's it for now.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see each other for the next time and keep in touch. And of course, it's not just right now that you can ask, you can still reach out and ask for your questions, and then we might also do another event or session, or still go on YouTube, still answer for your questions. So
thank you, and this is it for now. And I will continue to say, God will continue to answer your good heart desires.
Amen.
Yeah.
Happy New Month.